At some point, you changed. It wasn't a sudden shift, but a slow, creeping realization that you no longer feel like yourself. You still go through your day, you talk to people, and fulfill your duties, moving through the mechanics of your life with professional precision. But inside, you've become a spectator. You are watching your life unfold like a movie, observing your own actions from a distance rather than actively living them. This state persists regardless of how much you rest or how hard you try to find a spark of motivation. The body continues to execute the routine, but the internal tether has snapped. You are functioning, but you are not present. Functioning flawlessly on the outside while being entirely vacant on the inside is the quietest crisis of modern life. It leaves you hollow, even in the midst of external success. This disconnection accumulates through a timeline of microscopic concessions. Every time you bit your tongue to avoid an argument or agreed with a group to fit in, you chose temporary comfort over your internal truth. Ignoring your intuition forces a slow, silent mutation. The person you present to the world bears no resemblance to the person you used to be. Identity isn't stolen, it is surrendered through 1,000 small choices, making the loss invisible until the damage is already done. Modern life provides the perfect accelerant for this erosion, a perpetual state of digital consumption and constant distraction. When your brain is occupied by a constant stream of external stimuli, you lose the quiet intervals required to process your emotions or notice those daily compromises. Without the space to reflect, your outward actions begin to move independently of your internal feelings. Eventually, these two layers of your life separate entirely. You are left with a shown self who performs for the world and an isolated felt self buried underneath. As the gap grows, the person you are on the inside becomes a stranger to the person the world sees. Constant distraction acts as a wedge, forcing these two selves further apart until you no longer recognize your own life. You cannot find yourself by adding more habits or adopting new productivity systems. Reconnection requires a deliberate reduction of noise and a return to simple, raw awareness. You must first reduce your digital input. You cannot hear a quiet internal voice while it is being drowned out by a deafening external world. Sit in absolute silence with your own thoughts. No phone, no content, and no buffer to soften the experience. This silence will initially cause intense psychological discomfort, but that very anxiety is the signal that you are finally paying attention again. Abandon the performance of the shown self. Stop trying to meet the expectations of others and return only to what feels real. You are not lost, you are only disconnected. The moment you stop avoiding the silence, your true self will slowly return,